My name is Sophie. I'm 41 now. Long ago, when I was younger, people called me gorgeous. My hair flowed down my back like silk, my figure was lean, and my face turned heads. Everywhere I went, markets, offices, sidewalks, men would stare. It made me feel strong, important, like I mattered. At 23, I married the most attractive man I'd ever met. His name was Marcus. Tall, muscular, confident. Friends whispered that we looked like magazine models standing side by side. But things shifted once we signed those papers. Marcus began finding faults in everything I did. He complained about my meals, my outfits, my hairstyle, even my weight. "Sophie, you're gaining pounds," he'd say sharply. I wasn't heavy at all, yet I started eating less anyway. "Sophie, can't you wear something nicer?" he'd demand. So I bought costly dresses and shoes, draining my savings on creams, salons, anything to please him. But nothing worked. Nothing ever satisfied him. When I turned 32, I discovered I was expecting a baby. Joy flooded my heart. Finally, I thought Marcus will soften, will become a real family. But pregnancy transformed my shape. My belly grew round, my face fuller. Marcus pulled away. He stopped hugging me, stopped looking at me with warmth. "You've lost your charm," he said coldly. Pain pierced through me like a knife. After our daughter Emma arrived, I pushed myself to shrink back fast. I barely ate, barely slept. Exhaustion consumed me. Then one afternoon, I walked into our bedroom and found Marcus with someone else, a younger lady, prettier, thinner. Tears poured down my cheeks. I stared at him, voice shaking. "Why, Marcus? Why did you do this? I tried everything. I gave you everything I had." He shrugged. "You're dull, Sophie. No spark, no personality. You were just a lovely face. Now even that's gone." Then he left. Just like that, me and tiny Emma abandoned. Darkness swallowed me whole. Depression wrapped around my mind like heavy chains. But Emma needed me, her innocent eyes, her tiny fingers reaching for mine. She became my only reason to keep breathing. Years dragged on. Beauty stopped mattering. I had no time, no money, no energy for it. Survival became my routine. Work, home, Emma. Work, home, Emma. Over and over. One night when Emma was 6, she fell terribly ill. Panic gripped me as I rushed her to the emergency room. A doctor examined her carefully. He looked about 42, calm and gentle. "She'll recover," he assured me. "Just a severe cold. Rest and fluids will help." Relief washed over me, and suddenly I couldn't hold back. I sobbed right there. The doctor's voice softened. "You're a wonderful mother, running here at midnight, exhausted but focused only on her well-being." "Thank you, doctor," I whispered. "Please call me David," he replied with a kind smile. Emma healed, but 2 weeks later she got sick again, this time from eating too many sweets. Back to the hospital we went, back to Dr. David. "Hello again," he greeted warmly. "What's the trouble now?" "Too much candy," I admitted sheepishly. David chuckled. "Ah yes, the classic sugar overload syndrome." I laughed, actually laughed. It felt strange, foreign. I couldn't remember the last time joy touched my lips. Emma adored David, and maybe my heart started opening toward him too. One afternoon, David asked casually, "Sophie, would you join me for tea sometime? Not here at the clinic, just tea." My pulse quickened. Fear crept in immediately. "I don't think that's wise," I stammered. "Why not?" he asked gently. "Look at me," I said bitterly. "I'm not young anymore, not attractive. I have a kid, debts, baggage. You deserve someone better." David's gaze didn't waver. "Sophie, do you know what I notice when I see you? Strength, courage, a mother's endless devotion." "That's not enough," I argued. "Men want beauty." "Foolish men want beauty," David corrected. "Smart men seek substance. Looks fade, everyone ages, wrinkles appear, but goodness, that lasts forever." I didn't believe him. But somehow, I agreed to that tea anyway. Nervousness consumed me beforehand. I wore my finest outfit, applied makeup, tried desperately to appear appealing. But when I arrived, David looked disappointed. "What's wrong?" I asked anxiously. "This isn't you," he said quietly. "You're wearing a mask. The real Sophie dresses simply. The real Sophie is beautiful because she's genuine." Tears stung my eyes. Nobody had ever said anything like that before. "Marcus told me I was boring," I confessed. "He said I had zero personality." David shook his head. Then Marcus was blind, Sophie. You know what caught my attention? Not your appearance, your love for Emma. The fierce way you protect her, worry about her, sacrifice for her. That kind of love shines brighter than anything physical. My heart pounded wildly. We talked for hours that day. I shared everything, my broken marriage, my fears, my shame. David listened without interrupting, without judging. Just listened. Then he shared his own story. I was married before too. My ex-wife looked like a runway model, stunning, flawless. But I felt lonely every single day. She cared about events, fashion trends, impressing strangers. When I felt sad, she told me to cheer up. When I felt tired, she called me boring. I was alone even when she stood beside me. So you divorced? I asked softly. Yes, and I promised myself, next time I want someone real. Someone who laughs freely when happy, cries openly when hurt. He looked directly into my eyes. Someone like you. Butterflies filled my stomach. But David, I come with complications, I protested. A child, financial struggles, emotional scars. Stop, he interrupted firmly. Stop listing reasons you're not worthy. You are worthy, Sophie. You just can't see it yet. We dated for 12 months. David spent time with Emma regularly. They bonded beautifully. One evening, Emma asked innocently, Mama, do you love David? Yes, sweetheart, I do. Does he love you back? I believe so. Then why doesn't he live here with us? Good question. That night, I confronted David about it. He held my hands and said seriously, because I'm waiting, Sophie, waiting for you to truly believe you deserve happiness. Deep down, you still think I'll abandon you eventually. He was right. Fear still gripped me tightly. 6 more months passed. 6 months of David proving daily that his love was real, before I finally believed it. On an ordinary Wednesday, David proposed simply, Marry me. Yes, I answered without hesitation. Our wedding was small and quiet. My mother attended, studying me carefully afterward. Sophie, you look peaceful, she observed. I am peaceful, Mom. But David isn't handsome like Marcus, not wealthy either. True, I agreed calmly. But David truly sees me, the real me. Marcus only saw my exterior. When that changed, he vanished. David sees my soul. Souls don't age. My mother wept then. I wish I'd taught you this when you were younger. That was 4 years ago. Today I'm 45. Gray strands pepper my hair, lines mark my face. Beauty has faded completely. Yet David looks at me like I'm the most treasured person alive. Last night, doubt crept in again. Do you ever wish I looked prettier? I whispered. David pulled me close. Never, Sophie. Attractive women exist everywhere. I see them constantly at the hospital. They don't stir anything inside me. But you make me feel complete, secure, truly alive. That's far better than pretty. Finally, I understand the truth. Good men don't crave perfection. They crave peace. They want someone who makes life lighter, not heavier. When you're always flawless, men feel pressured to match that standard. It's exhausting for everyone. When you're authentic, men relax. They breathe easier. They become themselves. That's what real love looks like. I wasted 17 years chasing perfection for the wrong person, lost everything trying. Then I stopped pretending, started living honestly, and found everything: genuine love, deep joy, lasting peace. So here's my advice. If you want to find someone truly good, stop performing. Stop hiding behind masks. Feel tired when you're tired. Be honest about your struggles. The wrong person will walk away. The right person will stay close. I'm Sophie. I'm far from perfect. But I am deeply, truly loved. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.